Hey everyone, and welcome to Crossfire Casts. Today I am going to do like a full day of casting, and there's going to be loads of replays going up if I follow through with this, which I hope I do, because I do have some special guest announcers and commentators coming on later on as well. But first and foremost, I'm going to have a bit of a 2v2 day as well, because I haven't done 2v2s in quite a while, and I do love 2v2s, and this one comes from a particularly reputable clan, which is the Reborn boys. So we've got NewportReborn and MarinezReborn over Mia, and they shall be playing as the Austere, and meanwhile they're going to be playing up against, let's get this replay started as well, let's get this view back as well. They're going to be going up against P.G.E and GHOSTDIVIS0N. Okay, so let's have a little follow around of these guys up here, the Reborn boys. Why? Because Reborn is a good clan. It's like I say, it's a reputable clan. If you're in it, then you're pretty good. I mean, generally you don't see a huge amount of clans in Company Heroes 2, but there's like the top 3, top 5, the ones that you really recognize. So yeah. Reborn is one of them. Let's take the Fog of War off, because I know some people have complained that I have Fog of War off. In a word, tough. It's much better because the line of sight and the true vision is so important in this game. I feel it's necessary to have it off when you're reviewing replays. If you have it on all day, then well, you know, it's more of a it's not really an analysis, it's more of a shoutcast. But I am talking crap because we do have a 2 Pioneer start coming out from Marinez, which is interesting because he built his tier 1 building, so he wanted cap as soon as humanly possible. He's going straight for sniper, actually. Okay, this is what I like to see, some interesting starts. So his partner Newport has actually gone for a Grenadier start, and where's he building next? He is getting, okay, he's gone double Grenadiers. Double Grenadiers and Sniper start. It's interesting because normally you sort of see the rush for an MG, especially on this map because an MG has got such a wide arc. For Austere, I mean, it really does dominate the. It can dominate the mid with just 1 or 2 MGs. But we see that they're going to go for this field here, which is, you know, it's technically their field because it's closest, but it is capitalized by this cutoff point, which means there will be some focus around here, and they will need to keep their forces around this area. But here we have a little bit of a contest over the field. He's going to jump into this building, which is good. It's not going to stop the cap, but he's going to be annoying. He might do a little bit of damage against these Grenadiers. Not much. You can see he took quite a bit of damage coming in. But meanwhile, these Pioneers are just going to use this flank, this underutilized flank down here, I must say. This road down here, and then over to the VP. To keep on capping, because he's not going to be doing any damage against the guy in the building, so it's wise to keep his units being useful and productive. So you can actually see the Grenadiers are actually starting to pick away at the Pioneers, but with no rifle nades or anything like that, it's going to be very difficult. We do see a mortar out for Newport, which is cool, and Marinez with his sniper. I want to follow this sniper, see what he's up to. Okay, maybe not just yet, there's nothing going on. Grenadiers running past conscripts, conscripts running past Grenadiers, but they are now sort of in a bit of a difficult firing arc because they've been fired upon from both sides. They're getting shot in the back of this side, and these Pioneers are going to be trying to do some damage. It's difficult. I mean, it wasn't any sort of, unless he had some backup coming. He does have an MG down here, so he will eventually suppress these Grenadiers. But you know, directional cover. He's not being covered from these Pioneers, who are now just backing away from the MG anyway. Conscripts are rushing the mid, and there's also another MG in the. They've actually both gone tier 2 then, which is interesting. Not recommended to go both tier 2, but they have. And they do have early control of both fields, which is going to help them immensely for when they want to go for tier 2. These guys are going to have to get out of here now, and this sniper is not doing too well, unfortunately. Oh, building goes down. Was that a rifle nade? I missed that. Let's have a little look, see if he does have rifle nades. He doesn't. So, what the hell killed that? Oh, the mortar, of course, man. What a strike that was. So Mortar picks up 3 kills straight away for taking down the building, and these 2 MGs are now in a bit of a difficult situation where they're going to be both flanked. This one's going to get up a good arc though. This is going to probably win the engagement now. Both these guys are going to have to get out of here. They can't stand this close. Oh, this Grenadier is very low. There you go. Out he goes. But the Mortar now, you know, will be able to sort of do a bit decent damage. Another Mortar out as well from Newport. Going to be followed by a Grenadier start. Marinez with his now getting a double sniper out. One of the snipers has taken a bit of damage already with only 3 kills. So he needs to be very careful. Obviously, the Austere snipers only have 1 man, and the Soviets have 2 people. So if you lose that 1 guy, well, you're dead, pal. That's 360 manpower down the drain. So again, I mean, it's good because they've had they kind of ignored the middle, but they still have the munitions advantage here, and they've got both fields, which is really gonna hurt the Soviet players soon. Ooh, good mortar strike coming down here. So I mean, you know, like I say, Soviets going for double tier 2. It isn't the best idea. These pioneers are just gonna stick it out just because they want to hold on to this for as long as possible before they leg it out of there. Now they need to leg it out of there because look at those crits coming in. Nah, they're dead. Yeah, they're gonna go down. So he's concentrating on his sniper, which is more important. Conscripts coming right on in to threaten these mortars. But there are 2 mortars. I mean, like, he'll always be mortaring something. Molotov going down there as well. So he's revealed that he's spent his rare few fuel on that. And a mortar out as well now for P.G.E. So he's going to start harassing the sniper play. You know, I mean, it's not exactly a strict counter getting mortars, but it really does have those lucky hits. I mean, if it gets anywhere near a sniper, it's going to wipe it. It's going to completely wipe it, and you're going to be bummed for losing all that manpower. But okay, so the trouble is with the Soviets at the moment, because they both went tier 2, they haven't got as much versatility as they potentially could have if one of them went tier 1. If there was like a scout, if there was a clown car floating about, they would really wipe up really well against pretty much everything that Reborn has. I mean, there are a decent amount of grenadiers on the field, but you know, he could be doing damage. These guys are now pinned; they're gonna have to back out. So this slow, kind of methodical advance from the Soviets, it's working. But meanwhile, you know, look, they're banked on 100 odd fuel now. Probably both of them banked around about 100 fuel. So they'll be able to attack when and how they want. These pioneers up here will be able to go in as well. This is a cheeky little building that they jumped into here. It's not going to. It's just going to be sort of be a nuisance for all these troops that come running past. So he has decided just to tuck down and start firing into it. This MG is going to jump into this building here. So he's actually got the cutoff now. So this fuel is disconnected. And they do have their own fuel as well. I should have probably mentioned that a little while ago when those flame engineers came in. So it's flamer on flamer over here. Unfortunately for the engineers, they have the first kill against them. I imagine they're going to be going down quite soon. And there you go, you can see he's starting to melt down. Sniper, ooh, sniper very close to these conscripts. He does just about manage to start walking away. This other sniper up here is covering his, his partner's sniper, should I say. Yep. Those flamer engineers go down, so that's poor to ignore those because it's 60 munitions. You know, it's the flamethrower you worried more about than the actual engineers themselves. Shock troops out for P.G.E. Interesting, because it's going to work. It's going to work very well against everything that everything that his opponent is fielding right now. You know, the late game viability of shock troopers, if you've got them vetted, is great. Oh, Grenadier squad going down there. That's quite unfortunate. Okay. Pioneers are toughing it out here, but they're going to have to get out and out because this MG is going to be too much for them to handle. Sniper is taking shots, and the sniper, you know, it does have a reduced accuracy against infantry and buildings, but it still does decent damage. Okay, LMG going up against the shock troops. If the shock troops stay over here, then the MG could put us through a win. I don't know if he's actually firing though. Is he firing? Yeah, he is firing over that hedge, but now the MG sets up. He's going to have to get on out. And now both fields are in the enemy hands. Let's walk over to Newport, have a look at his field. So no MGs out for either of these guys, which is a little disheartening because, you know, just having one MG would have prevented the advance up this road. And the same for the fuel on the right hand side if they just had one MG. But one of the things that's really nice to see in 2v2s is two armies coming together to work together. You see it obviously when... oh, he didn't finish coughing that off. But you see it when you have clans or like pre-mades. They will sort of fuse their troops together. Ooh, he finds something he doesn't want to see. Get those grenadiers out of there. Because sometimes you just see it as like a 1v1. Like you'll have one guy playing against one guy down here and one guy playing against one guy down here, which isn't the best way to play 2v2s. So communication is key. I suppose these guys are probably on some sort of voice comms, or at least they have rehearsed or practiced what they want to be doing. Okay, Mortars coming in. I'm going to be a nuisance again. I mean, Mortars haven't got that many kills, but it's the disruption of the Mortars as well. As soon as you realise that there's Mortars coming in somewhere around there, you just have to get on up and out. Now these snipers are really going to start working against these shock troops. You can see just one more volley. Ooh, I'm very low on one guy there. If he'd kept this one guy, if he kept the non-injured guy out, he might have been able to wipe this squad. But he is chasing it down. That'd be huge if he can get it. No, unfortunately he's firing on the mortar there. So he's going to get out quite safely. And again, didn't actually see what happened there. Okay, so now his guard's out as well on the right-hand side to protect that fuel. So even though they've had the early fuel advantage, they're not really using it that much. They're just holding on to it and banking it, saving it for a rainy day for when they really want or know what they want. Did that? No, the engineer got out. Let's go Pioneer, excuse me. So, you'll finally be able to decap this fuel, but they won't be able to control it because they don't have this cutoff point. Yeah. Let's take a little look over at the Russian side real quick and see what they've got. Okay. 2 MGs, conscript, and a shock troops with 1 mortar running away for P.G.E. and Mr. Ghost Division. 2 guards, MGs, and a pack gun. Okay. Quite an early pack gun, but, I mean, I would have expected to see some form of, like, half-track by now. We do see Tier 3 going up, so they've completely skipped Tier 2, going straight for Tier 3. Can try and get some Ostwinds out, probably, to deal with all this infantry. Not a bad shout. We'll see how it pans out. He's obviously got enough fuel to do it as well. Those Vet 2 Grenadiers just laughing in the face of their unarmed opponents. Unarmed? Didn't mean to say unarmed. Not trained and not very good opponents. The sniper on 10 kills there. That's not too bad. He's not quite paid for himself yet, but he will have done soon. And again, he's using this building just as an annoying point. It gives him great vision around the... let's show you. Gives him great vision around the actual place. We can see any of the troops coming in and moving out of the section. I mean, if he gets a lucky kill in this mortar as well, he'll be able to take it down and recruit it. But they do start legging out. I believe they'll get out fine. One thing I wanted to mention as well is it's a good synergy that they've got. One of them has got that flamer blowing up. It's going to do some extra damage against those guys as they retreat away. But he did drop his DP light machine gun, which can be recovered if MarinezReborn so chooses to do it. Again, conscripts now are in a bit of a sticky situation because this flamer is out, but they're being annoying. They're doing what they need to do, and you can see the map control is looking quite handily into the favor of the Soviets. An unfortunate miss on the barrage there, and now the 2 snipers means you'll have to back this right on up. He's actually running the wrong direction, but shock troops are here to try and back him up. If he can get these shock troops in here, a decent grenade in there would really do a lot of damage. You see how bunched up these guys are. He is getting sniped right from inside it, and the grenade comes too late. So he's just going to have to get these guys out of here, so he's going to take 2 more deaths, and then he might just back away. So, P4 now revealed for Newport. Let's get on over to... Let's have a look at Marinez, see what Marinez is going. Marinez has gone straight for Tier 4. Wow, okay, I like this interesting place. It's different. I mean, you're sort of expecting something completely different, and you're getting none of it. Grenadiers are going to do a decent job against these guards, especially as they're in cover. A nice bit of green cover. P4 is going to roll on out. I'm really interested to see what his first vehicle will be out of Tier 4. He's banked a lot of manpower. I really think that he could do with another Grenadiers out in the field maybe, or possibly even starting to bunker down, but he hasn't really got the munitions to do any bunker play. Okay, these Grenadiers are still picking away over there. Snipers are forced to retreat as there is a barrage coming in. This P4 tank has been damaged, engined, but he's going to be able to... He is in a safe position there. I mean, the only pack gun is right across here, and he knows it, so he's safe if he stays on this left-hand side. MG, unfortunately, is not capping up this fuel point or facing in a useful direction, and he will be sniped off. I don't believe that P.G.E is noticing. Oh, he does now, but I don't know if he's going to make it out. Pack gun has now been turned, and it will start firing against this slow-moving P4, who is getting out of there. First unit out then is going to be the Panzerwerfer. Not a bad idea. I mean, there's nothing lightning fast on the field for the Soviets that's going to really be able to get on in and counter it. So it's going to have some free reign for a good few minutes, I believe. That said, I mean, this field has been in the hands now of the Soviets for quite some time. You should expect to see some vehicles soon. But because there's a P4 out, that immediately spells disaster for any sort of T70 play, really. You can get away with it because, I mean, they haven't got any pack guns out, but they don't really know that, and P4 is obviously so formidable that it's gonna completely butt rape any ooh, sniper getting very close there. He's gonna make it out though. No, he isn't. He goes down in the conscript fire. Savage. But meanwhile, these two snipers, have a look. There's 13 kills in this one and 14 kills in that guy as well. So they've kind of paid for themselves. Oh, P4 does go down. Where is that pack gun? How did that go down? What the hell? It couldn't have been this guy, was it? No. No. How the hell did that go down? I don't even know. Oh, pack gun, right, pack gun was right there. Okay, I was wondering what happened. Pack gun was right there, but it got decreed right at the end. Okay. So these double mortars haven't been doing a fantastic job because they haven't had the MG to support them. If they had an MG to support the infantry advances, then it would be having a much more enjoyable time out in the field. There we are. MG just being a nuisance in this church. Again, I mean, some of the positioning for MGs, if you just get them, like if it was in this building, if you get an MG in this building, as they say they do, it's not going to be a game changer, but it's just so frustrating for your enemy. I mean, your enemy has to then get some sort of flamer, some sort of ordnance or artillery to get rid of them, displace them. Even though it's like a place you don't really... Oh, I missed that, unfortunately. That was a rifle nade going right in there and destroying the building, which rifle nades do very frequently. This guard squad over here has stayed there too long, and he has. And down he goes to the sniper fire and the combined forces with the MG as well. This MG moving up into an unfortunate position because he's going to set up right in front of this MG42. Obviously with the recent patch... Oh, but here comes a good barrage. Barrage is going to come and wipe this guy out very quickly. Ooh. Lots of damage there, but the snipers are sticking about. They're going to start to rack up some kills. There you are. That MG goes down very quickly to the barrage, which is a deadly ability. But these shock troops are now just getting picked apart by the Panzerwaffe coming in. Where's Panzerwaffe going to land? I expect to land somewhere around here. There you go. Decent barrage look. It picks off a couple of troops on the MG as it runs away. Gets a nice bit of damage on the pack gun as well. That's okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's the first barrage, 3 kills, that's good. Pioneers obviously just denied access by this MG. But meanwhile, the right-hand side is being capped up now by Marinez. So they're going to have their fuel back once again. I'm going to see, look at this manpower. This manpower hoarding. I really think that they could have benefited from just putting down like a fuel OP there. Definitely putting fuel OP up here because this point is kind of safe, if you will. But oh, Panzerwaffe has been caught out in the open. This pack gun is going to try and shoot over the heads. Will it be able to get vision? I don't know if these trees are going to block the sight for him. He does. Unfortunately, this pack gun is going on a mission. I don't know where you are, mate, but it's not the right way. Anyway. MG42 has been stolen, and a stolen MG42 is always a nuisance because the MG42 I feel is much better than a Maxim. Much better for suppressing. Another barrage coming in then from the Panzerwaffe. Right down on top of this stolen MG42. I guess 1 kill, unfortunately doesn't do much damage, but it does force the retreat, which is happy days. And the double snipers moving up together. I'm sure they're going to try and start taking some pot shots at this MG in here. They do. But like I say, it's reduced accuracy against them, and they are sat right in the line of fire, so it's key. Yeah, there he does. He does the right thing, just to get out of there. He got 1 kill on them. It's not a complete and utter loss. But he didn't lose his snipers, which is much, much, much more important, yo. Okay. No commander choice from Marinez just yet, and NewportReborn either, unless, again, that they have picked it. No, they haven't picked it. It's frustrating because it just disappears in these replays. I don't know why. But, hey ho, there you go. Pioneers in the face of danger. There's an SU-85 just been revealed there as well. Yep, SU-85 there as well. So the next P4 that's coming out now from Newport isn't going to be super duper effective unless you can get a good flank off. Ooh, here's good, a good little incursion here. And excellent, he gets the marked vehicle down. Not marked vehicle, so he gets the button on it. But no, it doesn't last long enough really. But yeah, it does. Okay. The Packen had the rear armor shots, so the Panzerwaffe went down very early. Didn't get much of an opportunity to really rack up enough kills to pay for itself. So that was well played there by P.G.E and GHOSTDIVIS0N. I wasn't quite too sure who actually got the kill in the end. But did a good job. 2 rifle nades coming in, which unfortunately that second rifle nade didn't go off. Note, I do believe there's a bug. If you throw Molotovs or rifle nades over hedges, I don't think they do as much damage. I've seen it quite a few times. Where you lob a Molotov over against an MG42 and the MG42 takes no damage. So I don't know whether that is a bug or whether that's just I've noticed it being completely unlucky every time I've done it. We do see tier 3 has been revealed now. La la, tier 3, T-34, 85s. Oh, actually, no, wait, these are the call-ins. Alright. Interesting if they get call-ins first. I mean, they are good tanks, and you can see they start doing some decent damage against these guys. Also having the backup of that Su-85 is going to really spell any armor. It's going to give them an early grave if they get overextended and get a bit too cocky. Decent little mortar coming down on these guys, just taking a chunk of health off of everyone. And let's take this fog of war back off, because I want to see what happens to these T-34s. T-34s mean one of them is... Oh no, he doesn't even stage for the Shrek. All these mortars are going to have to get on out. This P4 is now completely out of position. And like I say, this is kind of an ideal spot to ram, because it is quite close to his base, but there isn't a... Well, there is a pack around the corner, actually. But instead, he's going to suffice to do no damage against the P4. Look, the P4 has received... Oh, yeah, there's one hit at least, but you can see the amount of damage these T-34s. Don't chase him in. Don't chase him in. This is way too... No. This T-34 is now dead. This call-in has now been a waste. He chooses a ram right outside his base. This is... he doesn't even get the ram off. Newport actually takes him down at the very last second. That was a very poor choice of ram there. He should have just backed those T-34s out and repaired them up. You don't want to ram this close to someone's base, because it's going to be impossible to recover that vehicle. The ideal situation of using ram is when it's in an optimal place so that you can repair that other T-34, so you haven't just wasted a vehicle just on ram. So, unfortunate play there by the Soviets, by Ghost Division. He's getting a little bit too antsy. He really wanted to push the push those T-34s in, but it wasn't necessary. Panzerwurf has been replaced, and he's got a couple of little kills in him already, which is always helpful. And again, Marinez is... No, sorry, excuse me. Newport is floating a little bit. There you go. He's getting his next P4 out, which was soon, which was going to happen. Because this P4 has now got Veterancy on him as well, he's got the Blitzkrieg, which means he's going to be able to avoid and flank the Su-85 quite easily. And also, if he wanted to, he could just back on up away from the ram if he's micro-tentative. Oh, yeah, that's quite cool. Micro-tentative enough. These Grenadiers running through the gauntlet, and they are going to go down, unfortunately. Again, he tried to utilize this good flank, but he got caught, and the retreat path is just horrible through here. Panzerwurf are going to come in. I believe he's going to probably come in around here, is it? Oh, no. Landing around back here. Ooh, just get a couple of kills up on the shock troops, which is always good. You always want to do damage to shock troops because it's so expensive to replace. Map control is looking a little bit grim now for the Soviet boys. Excuse me, the austere boys and the reborn lads. But they've got a decent... I mean, like, he has lost one P4, but... you know, when you lose the T-34 like this with the call-ins, suddenly the other T-34 becomes kind of useless, because you notice he didn't really do any damage at all against the P4 when he could. And if, you know, the T-34 is there to punish any overextension. Finally, this MG goes down. This MG hit Veterancy 2, so he definitely got his money worth out there. Upgun Panzer Grenadiers with the Shreks. Oh, they do find an ideal target, being this T-34, but the T-34 with the T-34-85, excuse me, has had a recent buff to its damage against... Well, the splash damage against infantry. Again, I don't want to get into the whole schematics of how... Ooh! He didn't drop the Shrek. The Shrek just disappeared, which is kind of fortunate, because otherwise those guards probably would have picked it up, and the defense just have to get on out of there. So you can see the damage. Like, the damage difference between the T-34-85 and the 76 is remarkable. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, the T-34-85 is a call-in, and you can only get it through the call-in, and it is a better version, essentially, of the 76, which you can buy from Tier 3. This Lone Grenadier, I'd get him out of here, man, because he's got the LMG. You don't want to lose the LMG, no matter what. MG42 is going to set him in the face of an MG, of the Maxim, but because this guy was in yellow cover, he might actually win this. No, he's in yellow cover as well. I didn't notice that, excuse me. But he does have a couple of mortars. Wow! Alright. That was a mortar strike. Huge mortar strike there. Unless this guy took him out. He has killed 3 friendlies, man. This mortar here. I mean, how many friendlies these guys killed? That's the trouble with mortars. Like I said, I've said it before. When you got a mortar, it means your enemy has got a mortar, because suddenly you just start noticing all this damage. But Reborn boys, they've only got 1 friendly kill on their mortars, which means they've used mortars before, man. They know what they're doing. So, both of these panzers with the MG42s, which is going to help greatly against any infantry. It's just going to be a nuisance. And this, let's have a look. This S-85 is supported by Packard, and he's using the stealth on it as well. Good to see that is underutilized. I mean, okay, I say it's underutilized. You don't see it that often. It's only because it moves so incredibly slowly when you have it cloaked on. But I'm happy he's using it because it's, you know, things like that, things like hold down, you just don't see it that much. So I'd like to sort of see some more play with that. We do see that the commander has been picked. He's got the half track if he wants it, and the Tiger, as well as the fragmentation bomb. And the smoke, I mean, it's a really good commander. It's really, all these abilities are really quite useful. The Tiger call-in is good. You know, it's nowhere near as... it's just a big tank, and then when I say tank, I mean it takes damage. Tank. It doesn't dish out a huge amount, but it does do a decent enough amount. You can see these conscripts just charging on in. Really futile attempt there. I think he just wanted to try and get an 18-8 off, so the S-85s would have a bit of a better thing, bit of a chance. But it's a little bit of a stalemate. You can see these two oh, here comes the T-34-85. Let's take the fog of war off real quick, just so I can have a look. The two Su-85s should beat these two P4s handily. However, this Packard is the issue. Packard has been flanked now by this T-34, but unfortunately the T-34 will probably go down to these guys. And poor coordination. Like, the Su-85s really need to get in there, and yeah, they didn't, unfortunately. So the Packard does go down, which means these two Su-85s, if he did move on in, would have just ripped him. But another call-in now, another call-in for Ghost Division. I mean, if he had managed to keep those his two previous T-34s alive, that would be a huge amount of ball ache, if you will, for the Reborn guys. His 4 T-34s rolling around is very versatile. We do see Katyusha's coming out now as well, possibly as a counterplay to the Panzerwerfer, but you can see the amount of damage coming in here is minimal because there's no troops there. Again, T-34-85s rushing on in without the... No, the S-85 is coming up here. The S-85 is coming hunting for this one. Panzer 4 does hit eventually too, but I feel it's going to be a little bit too late. He pops the smoke. He's trying his best to get on out of there. T-34s are really hungry for this. They really want it. And yes, he does get the final shot. I'm not too sure if it was the S-85 or the T-34s. But losing a vet too and is deadly. Oh, and this guy is so low as well. Look at this. I mean, there is a Panther out as well for Marinez, which is cool. Look at all these troops in base. I mean, this is deadly. If there was an artillery strike to come in here, because he does have the vision around you as well. Ram unfortunately didn't quite go off very well. The second ram will go off. Again, I don't agree with this ramming inside his base because there's just so many troops, you know, that will be able to start firing back. I mean, it doesn't take that long to get a pack out, and you will not be able to get an engineer in there to repair this because there's way too much, way too much to deal with. And again, S-85s are not backing them up. This is, I think, this is clear-cut play of you know, Reborn boys are obviously on some form of voice comms, or you know, they're communicating quite well. They're keeping their forces together. These guys aren't. This S-85 should be in here helping out. You know, he could have picked off this guy, but nope. Panzerwerfer is a little, actually, he's kind of like the front of the force, because it says almost like a base pin, and he will take out both these T-34s, and that's kind of that's kind of good. If he gets both of the T-34s for the cost of 2 P4s, then the Austria player is actually out on top because it's an expensive call-in. Good artillery coming in now. We'll see what's actually going in. It is the incendiary barrage. Instantly takes down that pack gun. Oh, this has actually been abandoned. If I were the Soviet player, I'd definitely destroy this, because, like I say, you're not going to... Is he going for it? Oh, KV-8 coming into the play now as well. Alright, okay, so they're really determined to get this, get as much out of this base pin as they can. But unfortunately, I don't think this is the right move. I don't think sending in this KV-8, yeah, he's going to back it on out, which is a good idea. Keep backing it out, Nope. He's going to leave it there for now then. So that OP goes down to the S-85. But I mean, KV-8 is not gonna want to stand in front of the pack up too long. Wow, look at this damage coming in now. P4 doing a great number of them on it. I don't know why he's left it here. This is frustrating because he could have very easily taken out that pack in if he wanted to. Yeah, I think he just believed he sent it back a little bit too far. But no, really poor there, and that's going to really start to turn the tide. You can see the guys, the Reborn boys, broken out the base pin. It wasn't, it wasn't quite a base pin. It nearly was though. But they are struggling with VPs at the moment. Down to 100 points now, and it is 2-1, so the bleed is still on. But like I said, they've made a little bit of a. They come out of their base. They're getting some of their map back as well. Katusha's coming in right on top of this MG. They're just trying to prevent the capping up this point. Ooh, one more barrage. Nope. Lucky MG guy there. That guy's going to have some stories to tell his grandchildren. Or his adopted grandchildren if he's a homosexual. What? What was that? I don't know what that was. Sorry, man. Sorry about any potential homosexual partners, people out there who are trying to adopt. I didn't mean that to sound offensive. I was trying to be like a quality guy. Weird. Okay, more artillery strikes coming in here, and these shock troops gonna have to get out. These shock troops haven't been very good. You can see that. I mean, they haven't had decent grenade gun there, like jibs and just guns flying about everywhere from that. He might take. He's gonna make it out of there just about. But the combined arms now then of I mean, you can see they're keeping their troops quite close together, so they're supporting each other very well, which is something that their opposition wasn't quite doing as well, unfortunately. But he's going to be able to eventually get this BP and stop the bleed because he's down 85 points. No one wants to be beneath. When you get to 2 figures, that's when you really start to not to panic, but to think, oh shit, I need to pull my finger out my ass here. Grenadiers doing some decent damage against these shock troops, as the shock troops are not basing them, but the conscripts of Bet 3 will be able to start pushing off these. Yeah, you can see a nice little conclave around these Grenadiers. If he decides to focus fire on them, he'll be able to push them off. There's some more artillery going down on this mortar over here. Pack gun hits Veteran Street 2. Okay, there's a lot of action going across a lot of different theaters here, so the P4s are able to mop up around here and really put their stamp down on the authority and control over here. The Grenadiers are quite low, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the P4s will be doing all the damage for them. You see, he's got a small little force here, but unfortunately they are starting to freeze. He needs to get a fire down there ASAP. Grenadiers is a good place for a rifle grenade if he had the foresight. He does get a rifle grenade off. There you go. Unfortunately, I mean, it does do a lot of damage, but not many kills. But damage is what it needs eventually. This guy is pinned, and he is just eating a lot of MG fire. And here's some more artillery coming in. Artillery running down here onto the top of this MG42. Forced to retreat. Unfortunately, he retreated too early there. I mean, he survived. He survived the barrage. He could have just stayed. There we are, man. These mortars are now looking a lot better. 17 kills on one, 7 kills on the other. As compared to this mortar, which has 7 kills. So, I mean, you can see that the mortar player is being quite useful for them. Sniper play, not so much. I mean, neither of the snipers are still alive, I believe. Yeah, none of the snipers are alive. Marina is actually going for a Panzer Grenadier spam. Usually that's the sign of a semi-beaten man. Is when you think, oh, I'm losing all my stuff. Well, I'll just get Panzer Grenadiers out because they're tough. They won't die as much. So, he needs a little bit more versatility. I mean, obviously he has got the pack, and he's now getting an MG42 out as well. But 185 fuel, I just wonder what he's going for, if he wanted to go for another Panther. I mean, his other Panther went down pretty early, I think. Most of the armor has come from his partner in crime, Mr. Newport. Newport being a city very near me. A shitty city, actually, if you will. But lots of artillery coming in. Getting some decent. Oh, this Vet 2 more. It does go down to the Panzer Grenadiers. That is unfortunate. Missed opportunity there to get them out. P.G.E. is going to send his Vet 3 conscripts in against these Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers is going to get it out. Again, this is a good little retreat from the Panzer Grenadiers. They're down to close to half HP, but all of their troops are still alive. So he's just preserving his manpower by getting them out now, rather than keeping them in the fight and losing them. Oh, this more, yeah, he just about got this more back to a fire in time, because he could have lost him and lost the bench along with it. And it's quite interesting to see the sort of the paradigm of the map focus was here for the majority of the first half of the map, and now it's sort of gone more towards the right hand side and the middle. The middle VP is essential for the Reborn guys. They need to keep on to this for as long as humanly possible. They have turned the bleed off and put it back onto their opponents, but like I say, when you're floating around about anything under any 2-digit VP score that you have is bad times, man. You know, you need to really start focusing not on, oh, how can I counter my opponent's play, as much as how can I get to this part of the map and control it as soon as humanly possible. They have held on to these 2 points for some time now, so like I said, the bleed will be on, and they do have a decent amount of vehicles and infantry around to support this. I mean, this point here definitely won't go down. It'll be capped very soon. This one is in danger of being ninja capped. What is a ninja cap? A ninja cap is just sending like a crappy unit, not even to fight, just to go and cap something up, like up behind the back enemy lines. So if the Russian boys were on form, they would be trying to annoy the crap out of them by going up there. Anyway, let's have a look at Marinez real quick. Marinez 10 CPs and still hasn't picked his commander. Some people you see, they just don't even bother picking commanders. You always should pick a commander because, you know, it gives you options and nothing else. You might not use every single ability, you might not use any of the abilities, but it's options there available to you. And let's take a look over at the Soviet boys as well, see how they're going on. 3 Su-85s out now for P.G.E, which is fantastic against any armor. I mean, as soon as I know they're around here somewhere, the P4s. P4s can't really reveal themselves too much, and 12 kills on the Katyushas, which is not too shabby whatsoever. And he's also gone so he can get the IS-2 and the this is one of the, I believe this is one of the premium item ones. Don't quote me on that. But you've seen the KV-8, the failed KV-8 earlier on. I mean, KV-8 was actually quite a decent unit to get, but it just wasn't utilized very well. IS-2 tank, I doubt we'll see it in action, but potentially, you never say never. Meanwhile, Mr. Ghost Division, wow! Ghost Division is taking a beating. I did not realize this. Another guard squad going down as well. So yeah, I mean, this is the unfortunate part of when you just got all those T-34s and lost them all. If you're gonna get those call-ins, you need to treat them like you know, like a single heavy unit. Like, you need to treat them as though they were. Wow, all these guards are really close to going down, and he's gonna be run over and stuff as well. One of them getting out. This guy is gonna try and get out. But the Su-85s are just nowhere near, anywhere near to help out the Panzer. He says, look at all this smoke going down now as well. So the Su-85s are going to struggle to chase down the Panzer, the P4s, and yeah, he gets stuck on some terrain there, and out he goes, scot-free. He does get this call in once again now for the T-34s, but it hasn't really been working out for him. He hasn't been able to keep control of them for long enough, keep them alive, get them bedded up. As soon as these guys start getting some veterancy, that's when they become really dangerous. And you don't get veterancy just by ramming. You know, you get veterancy by keeping them alive, using them smartly, picking away at some troops, getting them repaired, and that just didn't happen. I mean, like, this is the 3rd time he's called this in, so that's, man, I can't even be asked to do the maths, but it's, you know, close to like 800 fuel he spent on these guys. God knows how much manpower as well. Very good Katyushas coming in, though, when the Panzer Grenadier squads does go down, and then the others are actually going to take any damage. The 85 will do some okay damage against the Panzer Grenadiers, but obviously the Panzer Grenadiers having Shreks and veterancy means that you don't want to hang out too long. This guy's got to back on out as well. There you go. So now, I mean, like, he desperately needs to get some combat engineers out to repair these guys, because that's his only chance of really staying in the game. Rather much like I said about Marinez, sort of like getting loads of Panzer Grenadiers, is to say, oh, that's T3 down, that's a shame. But you see it, it's almost like the exact opposite of the Panzer Grenadiers. When you're losing, you're like, oh, I'll just get loads of guards, because guards are good against infantry, and guards are good against vehicles. Nah, guards are like a soft counter, like a soft utility counter to both. They aren't fantastic at either, they're okay. You've got some flares going down here now. This could be a really great incendiary barrage, and it looks like it is, especially on top of a Vet 3 pack, and you don't want to be losing that bad boy. One pack goes down, MG42 goes down. Oh, pack gun goes down as well. Fantastic incendiary barrage, whoever called that in. I believe that was P.G.E. Well played, sir, well played. These shock troops are right in the mix against these Grenadiers, but the Grenadiers are in grave danger of going down. Can he stick about long enough? Come on, mate, get one more kill, get one more kill. Ah! If he gets his kill, then the oh, what the hell? No way! No! You had that in the bag! I don't know. Plenty of damage coming in on top of these guys, though. Look, I mean, this is how Ghost Division should be playing with his T-34s. keeping them back, just choosing the right moment, going for a flank, and then getting right on out there again. Rather than just, oh, I've got the call in, I'll just send them right in. Because I used to do that as well. I used to be like, oh, it's the element of surprise. Well, surprise! I've lost my T-34s. I've just sent them into your base, and they've just been absolutely raped. But in terms of the VPs, you know, Reborn have been able to hold on to at least 2, and they've had the ticker on against the Soviet boys for quite some time now. But you know, 262, they've still got loads of time if they wanted it. But oh, these S-285s are gonna get shreked in the face by these Panzer Grenadiers. But there is some flares down, and he's got very limited time. There he does. He does choose to get on out. I believe it's probably another incendiary barrage. It is. Good play, well played there by Marinez. He did what he needed to do. He did some excellent damage against that one S-285. Let's have a look at him. S-285 very low down there, look, and I believe there's probably going to be some sort of artillery on top of it, is it? Oh, nope. I missed whatever went down there, unfortunately. That's the trouble with so many barrages. Obviously, when you're actually playing 2v2, you'll actually have a little ping point on your map saying ally barrage coming in. That'd be cool if we could have that for casters, because then lazy people like me would be like, barrage over there, rather than trying to follow it through the skies. Anyway, vehicle count now. So we got these 3 P4s are still about. Look at this fuel. 366 fuel. That's a lot for Marinez. I wonder what he's saving it up for. Again, he hasn't picked the commander, so he could have got like an elephant. He could have gotten anything really. The Katyushas is trying to deny this cap up here, but unfortunately it's not going to do a good enough job. The Panzer Grenadiers are going to quickly recognize this Molotov coming in and just charge on in against conscripts, doing even more damage. You're going to have to get on out. This Katyusha is in serious danger because Panzer Grenadiers will take it down with a small arms fire, but there's a guard squad coming back it up. Again, Panzer Grenadiers will win this engagement if he's smart. If he doesn't need a huge grenade, he will win it. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, he tried to get this predictive grenade off. I mentioned predictive grenades before. Very difficult to get off in the current state of the game. Not knocking the game, I'm just saying it's difficult to get off predictive grenades. Again, T-34, I've got a T-34, I'll send him right on up there. T-34s are invincible. No. T-34s are very... Oh, look, this guard squad goes down as well now, so this Panzer Grenadier has been fantastic there. T-34, I'm not surprised it goes down. Ghost Division, your unit preservation needs some more work, my friend. Because those T-34s are really good. And if you've kept them alive, if you hadn't been sending them in, you've just been feeding veterancy to your opponent, and obviously suffering massive fuel and manpower losses for yourself. I was about to say it's close to a triple cap. It's not quite a triple cap, but ticker is now down to 170 for the Soviet boys, which is not cool for them anyway. And you can see the big chunk of forces. He needs to get those guys out of there. I'd like to see some sort of, maybe even a reinforced bunker or some sort of medic bunker, like forward placement, just because the closer you can get your troops to here, supporting there, then happy days. Again, Panzer Grenadiers, they see another Molotov, they just run right through. One of the guys does go down, flailing about like a little girl. Oh, it's fire! Well, I shouldn't be playing there then. But, nonetheless, Panzer Grenadiers are still hardy as hell, and will force off these conscripts. Nebor. Very aggressive cap coming down for Marinez, or at least a decap. There you go, he gets the decap and then just backs on out, because he doesn't want to sit there eating damage for no reason. Katyusha's coming in up here. What's this? What's that there? This gun. Alright, that was already abandoned there. Not much damage, unfortunately, coming out from the Katyushas. He does go 1 kill there. That's not a great barrage, unfortunately. And that's the trouble with barrages and mortars. You just get, sometimes you get like these shots where you're like, oh my god, that's amazing! And then you get the shots that were like, I can't believe I paid real money for you. Like, you suck so much. It's the roll of the dice, guys. It's the part and parcel of the game. Triple cap is now on, down to close to 100 points. So very, very shortly, if Reborn can hold on to this, which I believe they will. KV-8 out. Hello. KV-8 is going to absolutely decimate these. Ooh, look at that. I mean, that was about a second. That took about a second to take those guys out. And these Grenadiers, do have the PTRS rifle that they've stolen from one of the guards, but they've A, freezing, and B, useless against a vehicle of that magnitude. So, I mean, having this caveat on this left-hand side is good, because it's going to either allow him just to dominate this VP, or elicit a response from his opponent, i.e. sending all of his tanks over here. If he sends all of his tanks over here, he should they should be able to cap up both these VPs. But I mean, at the moment, it's just like this guy's dire straits now. It's very close for the the Reborns, excuse me, to actually be in the lead. Let's have a quick look through everyone. P.G.E. does have plenty of S-85s. I mean, he's had good vehicle preservation throughout the game. I mean, Veteran 2 on an S-85 is scary as hell, man. Really scary. But then again, going up against all these Shrek up Panzer Grenadiers is also very scary for them. But he's had some decent vehicle preservation for P.G.E, so I do applaud that. Apart from that one KV-8, that disastrous KV-8 here, which I feel actually turned the game. If he managed to get that out, then that would have been great for him. Ghost Division, unfortunately, hasn't had the best unit preservation. Again, sending these T-34s into their inevitable doom, into the firing lines. You know, I don't know what he expected. I don't know what he was hoping for. It's just frustrating to see that. I mean, Reborn have played very well, but I feel that Ghost Division unfortunately has let down P.G.E, his teammate, a little bit here. But there you go. I mean, I'm assuming that P.G.E and Ghost Division are just a pickup group and they're not pre-mates. I don't know that for certain though. But I mean, this is actually the VPs are in a bit of an interesting limbo. There is a bleed still on against the Soviets, but they've now cut that bleed off by taking this point. They're actually going to take this middle point as well. Some flare coming down here. I believe there's going to be a strafing run. Nope. Oh, wow. Huge amount of damage coming out there from that precision bombing strike. I can't quite remember the name of it. Let's have a look. It's a Newport anyway, because the chappie hasn't got it. Fragmentation bomb. Excuse me. There's a fragmentation bomb going down there. Did a huge amount of damage. That's sweet. KV-8 goes on a rampage. Looking for the Panzerwerfer. Doesn't find him. He's going to have to back on out there. But he's probably going to go down now, unfortunately, because he's too far advanced. I mean, this is the desperation moments now. When you've got these two VPs and you're trying your hardest just to hold on to them, you're trying to dear life hold on to them, you're willing to sacrifice anything at all just to hold on to it. But I do think that, I mean, unless it's some crazy bad play by Reborn, they should be able to just punch through like 4 P4s up against 2 Su-85s. S-85s, he's actually got a nice position here. This Su-85 is in a great position there because he's just covering these two. So, but now we see a big, huge tank battle going on. This is the clutch moment of everything. Then, so KV-8 coming in as well. He's got a flame on. He's going to try and change that as soon as he can. This Su-85 does get taken down with long damage engine, but the Vet 2 Su-85 is going to carry on pounding away the Vet 2, and the rear arm exposing this Su-85. Like I say, great position by this Su-85 over here. Destroyed engine, and out he goes. This other P4 trying to rush on in. You go, oh, there's going to be a big bomb somewhere. I don't know where the big bomb is. Oh, big bomb going down right on top of this S-85, but the S-85 survives it. Whew. This other S-85 survives as well, but the key this point is not being threatened. Unfortunately, the guards are able to keep on in there. They're going to have to get on out now, though. KV-8 is going to be able to decimate all of this infantry that's around here. What vehicle is this? This is a P4. P4 would be able to beat the KV-8 eventually, but do they have the time to actually come and decap this point? I mean, like, these points have just been kind of denied. I mean, there's only 1 MG and 1 shock troop for each of the forces trying to guard it, so everything hinges on this point here. It is in the hands of the Soviets at the moment, and it's getting very tight. I really thought Reborn had it, but Reborn, excuse me, had it, but they that huge advance and trying to take out the S-85s, it didn't really come out in their favor. Yes, this is 10 times. Panzer Grenadier is going to come in with their Panzer Strikes and try and take this decap. I mean, they will probably be able to decap it. The KV-8 unfortunately is not firing his flamer. Guards are coming in here though. Okay, another fragmentation bomb coming in right on top here. Is going to do much damage. No, that wasn't the fragmentation bomb. That was the fragmentation bomb going down there. Everything misses, but it does get decapped in the process, which is one of the abilities, I believe. I can't quite remember. Let's have a look. Ramirez. Yeah, capture points and neutralize if hit by the sticker bomb run. That's another underutilized thing. So the bleed is no longer on anyone, it's neutral, it's anyone's game, as they're all just throwing in their forces in this middle point, desperately trying to get those extra few seconds, because it's so neck and neck. 33 points and 27 points. KV-8, he needs to keep this KV-8 alive. This KV-8 is so essential, because it's going to deny the infantry access to this point, which they need the infantry in there. Pioneers, the combat engineers just jumping on the point to prevent the cap. KV8 trying to get enough damage out and to force off these guys with a MC3. They're going to be taking a lot of damage. Here comes a P5. P5 is going to spell the end of the KV8. There's no SU-85s backing him up. Unfortunately, you're far too far back. Katyusha's is not going to be able to do too much. Katyusha's is going in, I believe, down around here somewhere, trying to take out this MG emplacement. He needed to try and get the MG out with the KV8. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. But just look at the bodies just throwing themselves on this flag. Is an intense ending, at least. So now we see, oh, another smoke going down. I mean, who is this going to be? Is this Newport's? Yeah, wow, okay. Huge amount of damage coming out there from that bombing run then. And I believe this is probably going to be it then. Ah, wow. Holy shit, that was a great ending, right? I really thought this game was like sort of sealed quite some time ago. More flares going down. What could this be now? Let's have a look. It's an incendiary barrage. Unfortunately, it's a bit too late for this incendiary barrage. If it had gone down sooner, maybe then it would have done a bit better. But down to 13 points now, and they are triple capped even. As these Panic Grenadiers came in and snuck away from the... Oh! I'm so glad I caught that. Oh, wow. Okay, another precision strike going down there. Down to 4 points now. This is a good game. But how gamey is P.G.E and GHOSTDIVIS0N? They were not giving this fight up without giving everything they had. And I'm so happy that it turned out the way it has. I mean, Reborn will now be able to secure their lead and win. Whew. What a finish. That is how you finish a game, guys. I mean, on Moscow Outskirts, you kind of expected this middle VP to see so much action in the last 5-10 minutes. But the amount of call-ins, the amount of everything that went down there, holy shit, yo. I need a drink and a heavy smoke after that one. But thanks very much for joining me for that one, guys. And stick around because I'm going to have plenty more 2v2s to show you guys. And hopefully you will enjoy them. See you next time for another Black Eye cast. Fucking Black Eye still not going anywhere. Take it easy.